Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ccgrwm and welcome to another video. Happy New Year everyone. Compliments of the new season. I hope everyone is good. I hope and everyone is doing great. And you guys did get some rest. I hope everyone is well rested and they're ready to tackle this brand new year. Okay, so guys, today's video, as you can see by the title, we're doing a chit chat. Get ready with me. I'm going to be doing my makeup on the side while I am asking myself some questions. I have a list of 20 questions that I wrote down on my book. So let me drink some water, gel. I'm feeling so a bit anxious. Let's jump right into the video. All right, first question says, what are you fearful of? This is a very big question. I'm fearful of a lot of things. I'm fearful of stagnancy, like being at the same place for like a very long time, not seeing progress in whatever I'm doing. I'm fearful of that. I'm fearful of not achieving my goals and my dreams and just being stuck, and you don't want to find yourself in that situation. So that's what I'm fearful of. I'm fearful of being stuck. Question number 2 is, what is something that is hard for you? What is something that is hard for you? Something that's hard for me is meeting new people. That just gives me so much anxiety, to be honest. Meeting new people, I don't know. I'm a person with like, I get used. Okay, let me finish doing my eyebrows, then I'll come back. Okay. Hey guys, my eyebrows are done. I was saying that the thing that's very hard for me is actually like meeting new people. I hate, it gives me so much anxiety having to meet new people, because now you have to learn everything all over again. Like, I hate it so much. But there's certain circumstances in life that actually force you to like meet new people and just get over yourself. Like, for instance, when things don't work out in like relationships or whatever, then you are forced to meet new people. There's nothing you can do about that. And then there's also instances where, like in friendships or whatever, things don't work out as well, then now you're forced as well to meet new people and stuff. So as much as that gives me so much anxiety, and as much as that's like one of my like fears or whatever, there's just certain things in life that force you to do it. So you might as well just, oh my god, did I just, oh, perfectly, it fell on my spine, perfect. You might as well just, get over your shit and just do it. So those are just the things that that I fear. Those are the things that are hard for me to do. Anyway, the next question is, what is one of the hardest decisions you have ever had to do? My hardest decision. Have I had a hard decision? Yeah, I have. I think one of the hardest decisions that I've ever had to do was actually moving out. It was the best decision I've ever done, but also it was the hardest because if you know me, you know that I grew up with like my dad. I was raised by my dad, and it's been me and him for like a very long time. And then when I had to leave him, knowing that also he was not with anyone at that time when I left, like anyone stable. Now he's married, he's happy, he's good. But when I had to move, he was single, he didn't have any, he had someone, but things were not like so good, things were not working out perfectly, and me having to leave was one of the hardest things that I had to do. And also prior to me moving, no, not prior, yeah, prior to me moving, my dad's brother passed away. So that was so painful and so sad for me that not only am I not leaving him with no one, I'm leaving him when he's grieving, and it was just all of that, and my dad and I are like very, very like close. So that was one of the hardest decisions that I've ever made, yet the best decisions I've ever made, because me being able to do that, it was something for me. So me moving out was one of the best, because it was a thing of, if I had, no, I did overthink. If I had like dwelled on that feeling of, well, this is what's happening, and are you really gonna leave him? Are you, all those things. If I had dwelled on that, then I wouldn't have lived. You understand? So I just had to like swallow that and actually make decisions, like adult decisions, that would like benefit me as well in the long run. And also surrounding yourself with great people, like surrounding yourself with friends that would advise you and tell you, who would say, okay, Lana, you are actually like losing your shit, or here, this is a great decision. It's actually a blessing. So yeah, that is one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, and yet the best. It's crazy how God works. It's crazy. Next question. What is something you wish you could tell your family? What is it? I wish I could tell my family that it's okay when people that actually grew up together, like, things don't work out in years to come. Like, I have cousins that we grew up together and we're so close when we were young, but then now that I'm older and I am living like thousands and thousands miles away, things are not right. We're not like as close as we were as kids. So I wish to tell my family that it's okay, because at times it seems like or some ish like that, and it's not even the case. I mean, I am miles away and we just don't like blend, or things are not as great as they were, or we're not as close as we were when we were kids. So I wish to tell my family that it's okay, I shouldn't have to feel bad for being like where I am in life, and they shouldn't have to feel bad for anything, you understand? Like, if we don't talk for some time, it doesn't mean that we're fighting or whatever. We're just not talking because we have lives, we're busy, you understand? So family at times doesn't understand that. Like, I feel like as family, they feel obliged to tell you that you're not doing this, you're not even checking up on me and shit like that, of which is very wrong. And when people do that, I'm a very impatient person. I'm patient, but to a certain extent. When people do shit like that or say shit like that to me, I always like cut them off. You're just being mean for no reason. I'm just gonna cut you off. I don't care how much family we are. Or we've been googling together for years, bro. Like, I'll cut you off because I'm a person that protects their peace more than anything. So yeah, it sucks when your parents separated. Like when you were young, you have your mother's side of family to entertain and you have your father's side of family to entertain, and it's a lot that shouldn't really like disturb your peace in any way, you know. So yeah, that's one thing I wish to tell my family, that bro, like, kibbies, you know, I have a life as well. I don't really like have to be in your face all the time, like all year round, you know. So that's one thing that I wish to tell my family, like 90% of the time. So yeah, next question. When is it hard being a friend? Oh my god, I think it's hard being a friend when the same energy is not being reciprocated. That's it. It's so hard being this great overdoing friend, whereas the same energy is not being reciprocated. The same friend that you being so good and whatever to is not doing the same thing for you or to you or whatever, you know. I think this goes to all relationships actually, not even just friendships. If you're doing the most and the next person is not, that's just so hard. If I mean to buy you gifts, are you buying me gifts as a person? Even though gifts are from the goodness of your heart, but I can't always be the one that buys gifts every day. Every day is me buying you gifts. You don't even do anything for me, you understand? So it's so hard being in those situations because it's like, now we're not with client. You're the only person that's doing this, and the next person is not doing the same thing. So that's like the hardest thing being. That's what's hard about being. What was the question? When is it hard? Yeah, about being a friend. That's what's hard, y'all. I feel like I'm so mad. Am I mad? Why do I sound so mad? I sound mad, nah? And I'm not. I'm actually so happy. I'm happy. Let me play my notes and then I'll come back to the next question because I can't really talk much when I'm like doing this. Next question. How do you handle frustration? Yo, I think that's one thing that I haven't learned how to handle. Frustration. I'm frustrated like 24/7. My quite depends on which frustration. I'm joking. How do I handle that? Like lately, I just avoid things that disturb my peace. But there's some things that you can't avoid. For instance, like you could be frustrated from like an email. Like when you're working, you just receive this email and then it frustrates you. You can't avoid that because you just can't avoid that. So you just have to know how to learn and navigate through like your frustrations, you know. So how do I work? How do I handle mine? I just handle them. I just, bro, like I don't dwell too much onto that because the more I dwell onto the whole frustration, the more I'm mad, you know. The more I'm just like now overthinking things and whatever. So I avoid the whole thing. And another thing that is so soothing, that is so calming for me, is listening to gospel. Yo, yo, praise and worship songs, they just hit different. I think that's one thing that I think I do that. I just, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's what I do. Praise and worship show. It really does. And I got this from my man actually, because he's a very like prayerful person. When, I'm not saying when we fight he goes and like plays gospel, but he's a person of like when there's something that's stressing him out, he just, yeah, he dwells on those things. And then that's one thing that I'm learning from him, to like take your frustrations out on God, not on the world, because only he can like solve them or help you like solve them or calm you down or whatever. So that's how I like deal with my like all of that. How do you deal with disappointments? I don't deal with them. I mean, disappointments are everywhere. Same bro. Like, if you, I don't deal with disappointments in any way. I just accept. You know, if you going to think that the world is against you or whatever, that's exactly what's going to happen. You know. So, when you're disappointed, just suck it up, live with it. There's nothing you can do. I'm just like putting this setting powder on my eyelids because I don't want my thingy, my eyeshadow to be too bright or too thick or whatever. I just want like something very light. That's what I do. How do you what is it that you think that helps you remember that you can make it through hard experiences? Oh my god. Whoa, what is it that I do that makes me remember that I can make it through hard experiences? I just think of what a long way that I've come to be where I am today. I think of, there's so many things that I think of. Like, I draw my strength from the things that I've been through and conquered. And here I am, still being great and still being blessed. Even in times where I feel like I don't deserve to be blessed. You know, there's just some things that you don't feel like you feel. Have you ever been in like rooms where you feel like you are underqualified? You understand, but God says no, you're not underqualified. I'll put you in this room for a reason. So that's how I remember. What? Yeah, that's how I remember that I can make it through hard experiences. That I come from very far and God has carried me through everything. So there is absolutely nothing He cannot carry me through. Absolutely nothing. If you are God's child, you should always remember that there's nothing that is power over your life. I think that's one thing that we as like people that believe in God lack. Like, as much as you'd say there's nothing that is power over my life, blah blah blah, you still think that there's people that have power. You understand? Of which is like contradicting the whole thing. If you believe that there's nothing that is power over your life, then why do you still think that people have power to like ruin your things, to ruin your life and whatever? You know, I've always been a person that says and preaches a lot about, I believe that there's nothing that has power over my life, blah blah blah. But yet, and stuff like that, I'm like, oh damn, oh, you know, what if I'm low and stuff like that? Of which happens, yeah. But then, as someone that believes in God, as like a Christian, we should just stop that. See what I meant? Soft, chilled, nothing hectic, nothing dramatic. That's why I put setting powder. If you don't put setting powder, you're just gonna have to have a thickest whatever if you feel like going for that look. Next question: what helps in when you feel angry? What helps when I feel angry? I think I have things or people, no, let me not say people because that will sound like I'm toxic. I have things that I do that help me like be able to like navigate and channel my anger when I'm angry. But most of the times, like guys, like most of the times when I'm mad or angry or whatever, I just cry. All about me, I'll cry, yeah. I just cry and I just think of shit that doesn't even exist. I don't know how I deal with my anger, honestly. I just avoid people that make me angry. I avoid situations that I know this is just gonna trigger my shit. And just, I avoid that. So that's how I manage my anger. Or just being like in a peaceful place, in like peaceful environment. I believe in taking walks when I'm mad, especially when I'm mad about men. I'd rather like take a walk because at times the shit that I say is not friendly. And the worst part is, what makes me feel horrible after the whole argument with him is that he's not a person that swears. He's like the most calm human being when he's mad. I don't know how he does it. Probably some skill of his that is, yeah, he's mastered over the years. But I don't know how he does it. But when I'm mad at him, I'd rather like take a walk and just calm down and chill and relax. And then when I'm bad, I'll come back and then I'll talk, and whatever I'll say will make sense, because when I'm mad, whatever I say doesn't make sense. I don't know if I make any sense. When I'm mad, I'm mad. And yeah, that's how I channel my shit. Next question. What happens when you feel afraid? Nothing scares me apart from giving birth. Yo, So I'm just hoping that I'm one of those like blessed ones that don't like go through a lot when it comes to like, that. So that's the one I'm afraid of right now. Currently, I'm just afraid of that. Like, imagine pushing out a user's head out of my, oh my god. And another thing that scares me the most is when I've heard my other friend that had a child, she told me that they cut, oh my god, they cut her, like, okay, let's say like this is like the coochie, and then they cut here on the sides to make it bigger so that the baby exits. What level of, hey, what was God thinking even to, yo child? Currently that's like my biggest fear, bro. Like that's like, yo, I'm kind of scared of that. That's like my biggest fear right now. Next question. What helps you when you feel anxious? I feel anxious like a lot of times, especially when I'm like in a huge crowd. I feel like I don't know what it is. I think I don't know what it is, hey? Like, there were points in my life when I was younger where I'd like literally like avoid going to the shops because I just can't, I can't stand people. Like, people, I feel, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's some phobia, hey? Like, I feel so anxious around like so many people. Like, I can't. I can't. I can't. Even when I go out with my man, I still get those things. Like when I go out with my man, like to like a restaurant or whatever, we have to be at a place where it's not like that full, because he knows that I don't like I'm not comfortable around like too many people. I just like my space, and yeah, I love people, yes, but not a lot of people. Crazy coming from someone who comes from a very big family. Funny how my family doesn't make me anxious. Do they? No, they don't. Yeah, I don't know if that answers anything. What helps you? Okay, next question is, what triggers you to cry? What doesn't? Well, what triggers me to cry is things that touch my heart. Things that like slap my heart, they trigger me to cry, and I cry like all the time. Not like all the time, but when, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. Things that trigger me to cry. Okay, let me just mention a few. What makes me cry? The other day when I was listening to gospel, like praise and worship, I ended up crying because it was lyrics that were in those songs that was like so, it really hit home, It made me cry. Talking about it right now is almost making me cry because I'm like thinking about that scenario. And beautiful things, like beautiful moments, make me cry. people that show love to you, people that act like, I understand that love is like a feeling, whatever, but at times it is an action, acting on that certain whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but so many things make me cry. When do you feel most at peace? This is a very big question. When do I feel most at peace? I feel most at peace when I'm surrounded by people that like me. Not only like, when I'm surrounded by people that love me, I feel most at peace. You know? When I'm surrounded by things or people that actually are not pretending. Because pretentious people like make me sick. Because I don't know how to pretend, you know? So when I'm surrounded by genuine energy, genuine people, genuine love, and laughter, and beautiful moments, and being with family, like, bro, being with family, being with my parents, being with my friends, my loved ones, being with my man, I'm most at peace in that man's arms more than anything. That man has brought so much peace in my life. I think he came at a point in my life where I was not ready for a relationship, to be honest. When I met him, he wasn't supposed to be like the man to stay, you know, because I was going through hell. That's a story for another day. I was going through a lot, and he's brought so much calm into my life, so much peace, so much genuinity and forgiveness. He's brought so much beautiful energy, you know, into my life, and that's when I'm most at peace. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's it. I've even stopped doing my makeup, but yeah, that's that. Next question is, how do you handle mistakes? Okay, this one, damn, I've always been a person that was terrified to make mistakes because of how I was raised, because of how my mother raised me, how my father raised me, how my aunt raised me. Like, they instilled this thing of, you can't make a mistake, you need to like always be the specific person. But the older you become, the more mistakes you make, because you are living, you are doing this, you're doing that. And then I've handled my mistakes by just accepting that this was a mistake and just moving on from it and growing from it, you know. No one doesn't make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. That's how I have like accepted them and just move on from them, because there's nothing I can do about that. It was a mistake. You can't avoid a mistake. So that's how I have like, yeah, that's how I've done, that's how I've learned and grown through the whole mistakes, whatever. I don't remember what the question was, sorry. Next question is, when do you know your voice is being heard? Yo, one thing about those questions, child, they are deep as hell. I said, let's go deeper. Let me put some what's this? Some blush. This is Jay's brush. She left it here and I never told her to take it back because it's mine now. It's my blush brush now. What's the question again? When do you feel like you're being heard? When I say things like, in the busiest day of our life, I randomly say something and you still remember that I said that. and you actually like get it for me? Are you mad? Or when I say something in passing, maybe to my like parent or my partner or whatever, and then they say, I remember that you said 1 2 3 and I did 1 2 3 for you. I mean, are you mad, bro? That's when I know that I'm being heard. One thing about makeup, it's a lot of work, but it's not like that bad because this is like soft glam, so it's not like hectic things. Last question. Let me do my mascara and then I answer the last question without moving around. Let me put on the mascara. That's better. My makeup isn't complete without some glitter in my eyelids. Okay. I don't know which color. What glitter does, completes everything. Anyway, I'm done. Let me just do final touches. Look pretty though. Oh my god. And I'm going nowhere. I did a small and a soft glam, whatever. This is my go-to look like most of the time because I don't like too much makeup on my face. Anyway guys, the last question is, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the gifts of life. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful for the people that I have around me. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for life, for the ability to move around. I'm grateful for good health, you know. I'm grateful for, I don't want to get emotional. I don't get emotional, child, but yeah, there's so many things that I'm grateful for, and I've mentioned all that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my partner, for my beautiful family, beautiful people that I've surrounded myself with, and the life itself and everything that I have. It's not only because of my wisdom, but it is because of God's grace and love, and that's what I'm grateful for. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and creating this cute look with me. I hope this year brings you nothing but greatness. May God's light shine upon you and your families and your loved ones, and I hope this year is just nothing but marvelous to you and your family. And happy new year again, compliments of the new season. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.